Welcome back to the Collector's Channel, where I give you my LEGO investing opinion. This is for entertainment value only, it's not financial advice. Today let's take a look at the 75397 JABBA'S Sail Barge Ultimate Collector Series. 3,943 pieces, 11 minifigures, a retail price in the US of $499.99. It was released in October of 2024, so let's put my prediction that I think it will retire somewhere around the end of 2027, or we could see it retire at the end of 2028. These Ultimate Series collector sets are a little tough to figure out when they will retire. Now let's take a look at this from an investment standpoint. When we look at these large sets, and this one being $500, it is very difficult to figure out what it's going to do after retirement. Some of the features of this set are looking pretty good. We do have the 11 minifigures. They even have a minifigure stand. And we can also look at the previous data on what a JABBA'S Sail Barge has done after retirement. Now, unfortunately, this JABBA'S Sail Barge, it's been a long time coming. And very difficult to really figure out what it's going to do after retirement, because the last time we've really seen something anywhere near what this set was in 2013. And in 2013, we had the 75020 JABBA'S Sail Barge. Now this one only had 850 pieces and 6 minifigs. It did retail for $120, and today it's valued at almost $400. So it has increased quite a bit, but when you look at that 2013 date, you got to remember that's pre-COVID. All LEGO sets pre-COVID really had a giant jump in that 2019 to 2021 span, and it's not really fair to judge what sets do after 2022. We've had a lot more investors join the market. We have had LEGO expanding their facilities, going absolutely crazy with production, but it does give us an idea that there is a very high demand for Return of the Jedi sets, especially when you're talking about a Jabba the Hutt set. Now let's take a look at the minifigures. Now if I butcher the names, so be it. First one, Vizam, he goes for about 20 bucks already. Second one, Woof, goes for $32, which is a little shocking to me. Next we have R2-D2. It's about a $6.50 figure, not a big deal, but it is something that collectors do want to see and do want to add that to their collection when you do have the extra pieces that make up basically the serving tray. Then we have C-3PO at about $4.50. We've gotten so many of these, it's probably never going to hit more than about $5, $6. Next we have the Gamorrean Guard, $12. Great figure, especially when you have the accessories. This could be about a $20 figure a couple years after retirement if you do include the accessories on something like eBay. Next we have Bib Fortuna at about $18. You know, this is a figure that it's probably going to hover between $18 and $25. I don't think you're going to get much more than that, even 3 years after retirement. And then we have Kithaba, $18. Another figure, you're probably looking at about a $20 figure. Then we have the Slave Leia, another Princess Leia figure. This one should be very desirable, already $55. It would not surprise me if this hits $70 to $100, anywhere in that 3 to 5 years after retirement, especially if this is the last one we get for the next 10 years. Next we have a fan favorite, Max Rebo, $46. Like I said, this is a fan favorite. It's going to be a desirable minifigure. LEGO just does not come out with a lot of these, so it's going to be in that $50 to $80 range 3 to 5 years after retirement. To round this out, we have Salacious B. Crumb, $22 figure. Another figure we don't get very often. If we don't get another Jabba set, we may not see this figure for another 10 years. In that case, you could see this figure go to $30 or $40. I just have a hunch this one is going to hover around that $25 to $30, even if it's 3 to 5 years after retirement. So when you take a look at this set, you do realize you get 4,000 pieces, but it's at a $500 level. Very concerning, especially since the previous sail barge was only $120. I realize there's a lot of inflation. I realize LEGO is trying to charge a premium, but at $500, we need to be real careful where we sell this set after it retires. in my opinion, this is almost a set where you need to exclude eBay or Mercari from where you sell this set. I really feel there's a large chance where you could get a return, you could get someone who grabs these minifigures out, especially now. These minifigures are already valued at $285, and this set, it's only been out for 6 to 8 months here. So when you look at the minifigures, my guess is you're looking at about $400 in value of minifigures 3 to 5 years after retirement. And I think it's going to be a very high risk set to sell on an eBay. So what you'll probably want to do is sell this set, if you do want to sell this set, probably online where it's kind of like a, let's meet at the police station, pay cash, that kind of situation. But I do feel that 1 to 2 years after retirement, it should jump from 5 to 600. In that 3 to 4 year level, I could see it jump to about 700. And then, once you get to about 5 years, especially if they don't come out with another larger sail barge, I think you will get $800 for this set. So you go ahead and buy it for $500 now, or let's say $500 a year and a half from now, right before it retires. Then you go and you wait the 5 years. You should be able to get $800 cash if you do find a buyer outside of an online platform. The online platforms obviously are going to take a lot more of your profit and fees, and you're going to have that risk of someone trying to scam you or just taking the minifigures, which will probably be worth about $400 3 to 5 years after retirement, and they're going to swipe those figures, send it back, and then say, hey, I didn't take the minifigures. I sent it back exactly how it was sent to me. And we all know as resellers, the larger sets, you do have a lot more liability. So that's really where I'm at on this set. If you want to buy 2 sets, build one, great idea, as a collector. Buy the second one, go ahead and get your $300 profit, 5 years after retirement, and almost pays for at least part of the set that you buy today. So that's my opinion on this set. I hope you enjoyed this video and it gave you something to think about. Please like and subscribe to the channel and leave any comments on what you think about this video. There are many more videos on the way. Thanks for watching and keep building your Lego empire.